Well, I know when my son was going through his chemo treatments with his leukemia, the children going through that don't have a lot of bright spots. As a parent sitting there watching other children that were suffering and seeing them missing out on the opportunities that so many other kids take for granted. These children can't go to a playground like this and play. They can't go to regular school. They can't take advantage of the things that a normal child can just go down the street and take advantage of.
The mission of this camp is to take these children and bring them to a place that they would not be able to go to without the medical facility and the volunteers and the doctors and the nurses that are here, and give them a chance to really enjoy camp. We like to think of it as a slice of heaven while they're here on this planet. And what we found in this community and throughout the state and in other states that are supporting this camp is that people sense that this is a special situation. It's a place where they can give and really give these children something that they're not going to be able to get anyplace else. At the normal camps that a lot of us went to, whether it was Boys Scouts or 4-H Club camp or YMCA, the medical facility just isn't there to handle these children. So we have what amounts to a full hospital. It's a hospital, though, that has a lot of flexibility in it. It changes each week. And so when you have the cardio kids here, you have a cardio pediatrician, and they understand it. And so they can deal with the children that have the particular disease for that particular group. So the medical facility is the absolute key. It's the thing that separates all the hole-in-the-wall camps from the rest of the camps in the world.
And to see a child go to a camp that has doctors and nurses on staff, that has facilities to do their dialysis, that has facilities to continue any kind of treatment that they need, and that can do checks on them, and it's just, that's invaluable. It gives that child a place where they are normal.
The children feel like they're among peers here. An awful lot of the children that have cancer go through radiation or chemotherapy and they lose their hair. Many of them that are still able to go to school wear wigs. Interesting thing, when they get to the camp, about the second day, all the wigs come off because they're among their peers. So the kids can share stories, they can share the pain that they're going through in their treatments, and they can talk about things, quite honestly, they can't even talk to their parents about.
This is my box that I made.
For children like Lorenzo, camp can be a life-changing experience.
There's a lot of things that happened in his past year that have caused him a lot of stress, and that this was going to be such a special time for him to let go of all that.
With help from Camp Soaring Eagle, Lorenzo was able to attend a Paul Newman camp in Connecticut.
And I was actually crying because I was so excited for him, because I knew that this was such a special opportunity.
At camp, Lorenzo opened up as he got to know his counselors.
They were just so nice to me, like I've never experienced before.
They aren't here to be treated. They're here to be loved, to be respected as a human, as an individual person.
And when he came back from camp, he was the Lorenzo I know. He was bubbly, he was excited, he had to show off all his stuff.
This is my tank that I made with some silver wheels.
He was very proud of the woodwork that he did. I was happy to see him a kid again and not this stressed out little adult.
Paul Newman and many others have said, we don't know exactly what happens when these children get here, but something magical does happen. Many times, probably in the majority of cases, their medical metrics improve while they're here.
The kids, when they come back, I mean, all the little faces and all the little smiles, and there's no word for it. You know, I had told my husband that this was one of the best things that's ever happened to Lorenzo, and he's done a lot of things.
We teach them courage here. We teach them that they're not the only ones in the world that are suffering through these particular trials and tribulations in their lives, that other people are doing it, and that gives them courage. When they leave here, we want them to know that they're not alone.
The one thing that impressed the most upon me was when I asked him how was camp and how was everyone, did they treat him well, and he just looked at me and he says, Mom, he says, they love me. And For me as a parent, to hear strangers that have never met him before, to make him feel that they love him is priceless.